Do you have a sense of where this is going to come out?
I don't. I'm not a numbers cruncher or a data.
Have you
What I can
received
say
any-
is that we have seen from the anecdotal reports from issuers that the percentages of those paying their premiums are in the 80 to 90% range. But we'll wait until we have an accurate picture of it and provide that data when we have it. What I can tell you is that just based on what what we know to be true, which is they surveyed only a portion of the issuers and said it was representative of the whole. They surveyed those who had paid by April 15th, when in fact if your policy didn't begin to May 1st and you didn't sign up until April 10th, you might not even have gotten a bill. And a huge chunk of the 8 million came in at the very end. So, look at those facts and tell me that 67% is a credible statistic.
Well, I guess what I'm curious about is taking what you said about March and April, but I would assume from HHS have some data up until then about what the general ratio was of people who enrolled and then paid premiums earlier in the process. And I'm just wondering if you can give us anything that you have gleaned from that might inform what you ultimately expect to happen.
Sure. I don't have a partial figure for you. We're not going to put out partial information. We're not going to put out information that we don't know is reliable until we have it. And this is different from how many people enroll, because again, this is once you enroll, you establish a contract with a private insurance company. You commit yourself to pay the premium. They send you a bill. You pay the premium, or you don't. What we have seen from those issuers, the major ones who have spoken on this, including Covered California, that has said that, quote, 85% of all enrollees have paid their first month's premium. Cigna says it's in the low 80s. Aetna says 80%. We'll see what the final figure for all of them is, but it's not likely to be what the Republicans are trying to say it is. And again, they're gnashing their teeth over the fact that despite their hopes and expectations, because of the fact that healthcare.gov got off to such a terrible start that the Affordable Care Act would somehow fail, they're upset that those predictions didn't come true. They're upset that their predictions about healthcare inflation have been blown to smithereens. The opposite has happened. Healthcare inflation is at its lowest level in the years since the Affordable Care Act was signed into law than it's been in half a century or more. So they keep looking for other things. But
so why don't you guys put out some partial data if you've got data to dispute what they're doing? Or it sounds like you don't have.
Every time we get hit with this stuff, we put out.
Why not put it through?
We wait until we have all the information and we put it out. And every time or almost every time, it ends up being far better than what Republicans claim it will be. And, if I'm wrong, when this data is compiled and all the issuers have been surveyed and we see a final figure, then we can talk about that. What I'm saying is it's not going to be 67%.
You're confident it's going to be over 80%?
I'm confident it's not going to be 67%. I don't know what it's going to be. I know what issuers are saying about, these are major issuers who have sold a lot of health insurance plans. And I think that reflects that, the percentage of those who are paying is consistent with, what you have seen traditionally in these marketplaces, and reflects the fact that people want the insurance that they signed up for.